Hello, everybody. Would you like a fitter body and a sharper mind?
And have fun while you're doing it? If so, then join us in this game of
Fitness
Fitness Trivia.
Trivia! Thanks for joining, everybody. This is my mother, Karen. She'll be guiding you on the standing exercises.
Hello, I'm so happy to be here with you today.
I'm Dr. Stephen Cain, president of the Whole Brain Health Initiative. I'll be guiding you on the seated exercises. Throughout the program, anything's uncomfortable, alter it, sit it out. The more you listen to your body, the more you will get out of the program. Also, if you're in a group of people, make sure you got an arm's distance between you so you don't bump into each other. Let's get started with our warm-up. Deep breath in. Arms overhead. Slowly exhale. The arms come down. And again. The theme for this program is entertainment. Categories are brain health, jokes, entertainment, and riddles. Mom, would you like to spin the wheel to help us decide our first category?
Sure.
All right, and it looks like we have entertainment. All
What
right.
fun!
Well, off to the big stage we go. Hello, everybody. How you doing? I got Marilyn Monroe here to my side.
Oh my goodness! I'm going to spend this time with you. How nice!
I'm Elvis Presley, so we're going to have ourselves a good time as we do our warm-up exercises here. So go ahead and do a posture stretch. Let your heart come forward, the shoulders melt back and down, your palms up. First trivia question. Who is known as the genius and the father of soul music and was an acclaimed musician during the 1950s? Or squeeze those arms back and down. Let that heart come forward. You're doing fantastic, everybody. Marilyn, would you like to give him a
Yes.
clue here?
Well, gee whiz, I sure would like to. He was like a ray of sunshine.
Oh, he certainly was. Squeeze those arms one more time, back and down, heart forward. And the answer here would be Ray Charles. All right. Next up, our hamstring stretch. Going to straighten one leg. Come up nice and tall. Hinge forward at the hips, loosening up the back part of your thigh there. What blonde musician dyed his hair black and controversially shook his hips while performing rock music in the 1950s and the 1960s? Stretch a little bit more, really melting into the stretch. Wonderful. We're going to come to the other side here.
Can I give a clue?
Oh, you certainly can. Oh. Really melt into that stretch, getting that hamstring there. One more deep breath, really melt into the stretch here. Again, this is the warm-up, so you really want to listen to your body and let it guide you in how to do these stretches and these movements here. And I'm guessing y'all got the answer by now, too. That would be me, Elvis Presley. All right, coming on up. And we're going to reach overhead, lean to the side. In what year was Woodstock first held? You can find that right stretch. The more you lean to the side, the more you stretch out the side of your torso here. A little bit more. And we'll come the other way. One more deep breath here, really melting into the stretch. Now we're coming on up. The answer here is 1969. All right, now reaching across. In 1963, the single Fingertips was #1 on the Billboard, and it was performed by a 13-year-old at the time. Who was this 13-year-old musician?
Elvis, I wonder if the audience will know the answer.
I'll certainly wonder that too.
I mean, I really Wonder.
I'm starting to wonder if they're picking up on our clue here. I really wonder if they got it. Well, the answer here would be a little Stevie Wonder. All right, we're going to stretch one arm across here, loosening up the back part of your shoulder. Great thing to help prevent frozen shoulder from setting in. What is the most popular Broadway show of all time? Really try to hug that arm across your chest, really getting a stretching that shoulder that feels good to you. Good. We'll come the other way here. And Marilyn, would you like to give them a clue here?
Well, they took the lion's share of the industry. The lion's share.
They certainly did take the lion's share of the industry, huh? Hug that arm in just a little bit more, getting a nice stretch in the shoulder there. Fantastic. The answer here would be the Lion King. All right. Next up, one of my favorite things to do, it would be hip movement. So if you're seated, you're going to bring one hip up to your shoulder, and the other way. So it's rock on those hips. What is the most watched movie of all time?
Well, gee, was I in that movie?
I don't reckon you were, Marilyn, but you should have been. You definitely should have been.
That's nice.
You want to go ahead and give them the answer here, Marilyn?
Gone with the Wind.
That's right. All right. Next up, everyone's going to need a seat for this one. So standing participants, have you get yourselves a comfortable seat to sit down on. You're going to cross one ankle over the opposite leg if you can. If you can't get it up, that's fine. Just wherever you can cross that leg, you're going to bring it up. You're going to sit up nice and tall. Then you're going to hinge forward at the hips, loosening up the back part of your hip there. It's a wonderful stretch, let me tell you. All right. A famous baseball player, Joe DiMaggio, sent flowers 2 times a week for 2 decades to this person's grave. And we're going to lean just a little bit more forward if we can, really stretching out that back part of the hip. Good. We're going to have to switch legs again here. Again, sit up nice and tall, hinge forward at the hips. This must have been a real incredible woman, huh?
Well, I think she must have been.
Special and a beautiful lady, huh? Lean forward just a little bit more here. Loosen up that back part of your hip. And the answer here would be Marilyn Monroe, right here. All right, Marilyn, would you like to spin the wheel and help us decide our next category?
I think that would be swell.
I appreciate you. All right. And it looks like we have, we got ourselves some riddles coming up. All right, well, off to our next location. Oh, wow.
Oh, at the beach.
That was beautiful,
wow.
huh?
Oh, and feel the breeze. Elvis, can you feel the breeze?
Oh, it feels fantastic, darling.
Aw.
We're going to do our strength training here. We're going to make our muscles stronger, our bones more dense, and promote a bigger, better functioning brain while we ponder some riddles. All right. First exercise here. Sit or stand nice and tall. We're going to hinge forward at the hips. If you're seated, use your legs to press yourself on up. If you're standing, you're just squatting down like Mrs. Monroe's doing. First riddle for you. If an orchestra plays music in a thunderstorm, who is most likely to get hit by lightning?
Ooh.
This is a good one here. A little clue for you. Who's most likely to conduct the electricity that is in this lightning storm?
Would that be the conductor?
Oh, it certainly would, Marilyn. Very nice. All right, next exercise here. We got our elbows coming to our knees. A wonderful abdominal exercise. What has many keys but is unable to open any door? This is another musical riddle for you. You're doing fantastic, everyone. Just a couple more repetitions here. And one more each side. Fantastic. What's the answer here, Marilyn?
Well, that would be a piano.
Certainly is. And next exercise, we're going to bring our arms up over our head. All right, we're going to lean towards the side. Good. Come the other way. Now, the further you lean, the more challenging it is. So find that right angle to go to. Also, if it hurts your arms to have them up over your head, you can keep them down by your side as you lean towards the side. But if you are comfortable, bring in your arms up over your head. Keep them up. What type of ball rolls but should never be bounced or thrown?
Gee whiz, this is a hard one.
Oh, we got another good one here. That's right. Really using your core muscles to sway you over one way and the other. Should I give them a clue here, Marilyn?
Well, I certainly think so.
All right, let's do this exercise. I'm going to take my glasses off, and I want y'all to look deep into my eyes here and let me know if you see the answer here.
I do see the answer.
What's the answer here, Marilyn?
Eyeballs.
Eyeballs. You definitely do not want to be throwing or bouncing eyeballs. All right, next exercise here. We're going to roll arms up, press them up over our head. What type of car is spelled the same forward as it is backwards? That's a wonderful shoulder toning exercise right here. A clue for you here. People watch this type of car for entertainment. What's the answer here, Marilyn?
A race car?
Uh-oh, that's absolutely right. All right, next exercise we got here is going to tone the back part of your arm here. You're going to bring those arms up as high as you comfortably can, and you're going to extend them back. Try to get your arms completely parallel to the ground. Squeeze for a second, and then let the arm come back down. Again, squeeze at the top there. Good. What type of coat can only put on while wet? What type of coat can you only put on while it's wet? Get those arms up nice and high. Good. And come back down.
Gee whiz, Elvis. I've got plenty of coats, but I don't wear them when they're wet.
Well, this is a different kind of coat. This is not an article of clothing.
Oh.
Squeeze those arms up nice and high. Good. Coming down. We're just going to do two more. Squeeze them up and let them come down. And one last one. Going to hold those arms up nice and high, and good. All right. The answer here would be a coat of paint.
Oh, no wonder.
All right. Next exercise we got here. We're going to do hip circles. We're going to bring one leg up and do circles with it. If you're standing, make sure you got yourself balanced. Y'all look wonderful over there, by the way. It's a great exercise for the front part of your hip. What type of music is also a type of food and also something that we have deep within all of us? And do the other leg here. Good, bring it up. Yeah. Again, what is a type of music, a type of food, and something we have deep within all of us? Couple more circles here. And one more. Fantastic. And what's the answer here, Marilyn?
Soul food, soul music, and soul within us.
That's absolutely right. All right. Well, that concludes our strength training and the riddles. Marilyn, would you like to spin the wheel? Help us decide our next category.
I think that's just swell.
I appreciate that. All right. And it looks like we've got jokes coming up. All right. Well, some exciting news for everyone because our jokes are so good. We got invited to the Super Bowl to do the halftime performance. So I know you're all excited, but before we go, we are halfway through the program. So if you need to take a break, use the restroom, get some water, now's the time to do it. But if you are ready to go, to the Super Bowl we go. All right. Wow. We got ourselves a big crowd here, huh?
Oh, isn't this exciting?
Oh, it certainly is. During these jokes here, we're going to do our cardio exercises and get our heart rate up a little bit, enough so that we're going to stimulate our body to create more blood vessels throughout the entirety of our body, including our brain, which is a really good thing for us. All right, first exercise we got here, swimming. What is the difference between Yankee fans and the dentist? If you can swim just a little bit quicker here, let's see if we can pick up the pace. All right, so the difference between a Yankee fan and the dentist would be that one roots for the Yanks while the other yanks for the roots. You like that, huh, Marilyn? All right, next up, we're going to step to the sides. We curl an arm up. Wonderful. If basketball was played with food, what fast food chain would win the championship? I'll go ahead and give you all a clue here. This team would definitely be doing a lot of dunking.
Oh, I think I know the answer.
Oh, you do? Well, what would that be, Marilyn?
Dunkin' Donuts.
That's certainly right. All right, next up, we got our arms together here. We're going to come out as you bring a leg up. Wonderful. And the other way. Lovely. What did the police do when they arrested Johnny Cash? What did they tell him to do? Just a couple more each side. Doing fantastic, everybody. Good. And good. They told Johnny to walk the line. All right, next up, we got our arms up nice and high. We're going to bring the arms down with the knee coming up. Wonderful. What is a cow's favorite Beatles song? I reckon some of you are familiar with the song Hey Jude, but it turns out a cow's favorite song is Hey Chewed. One more, very good. All right, next up, we're just jogging in place here. Good. Found that tempo that's right for you. Are you glistening over there, Marilyn?
I hope it's glistening.
What do you call a pirate that loves to draw? You would call it an artist.
Oh, Elvis.
All right, next up we got a kick punch. So opposite arm and leg. Good, good. Why was I at the cow farm shortly before an upcoming recording? Well, it turns out everyone needs some backup, some help. So I was at the cow farm because I was looking for backup musicians. Oh. All right. Well, that concludes our jokes and the cardio portion. So next up, we got brain health. And we're just going to go ahead and celebrate a successful halftime performance, all right?
Oh, I love celebrations.
Here we go. Wow. It was quite the celebration, huh?
A party.
Yeah, they really liked our halftime performance, huh? All right, this is the cool down portion of the program, so really melt into the stretches, the exercises, do them in the way that feels best to you. All right, first up, stretch one arm across, loosening up the back part of your shoulder. How many hours of TV does the average older adult watch per day? Is it 1 to 4, 4 to 6, or 6 to 8 hours of TV a day? And stretch the other arm here. Now, the answer here is 6 to 8 hours per day, about 6.4 hours to be precise. Now, this is a problem because after 3.5 hours per day, the more you watch, the more your cognition starts to decline. So you, the ones you care about, you want to try to keep it about 3.5 hours per day or less. All right, next up, we're going to loosen up the back part of the thigh here. Straighten that leg, hinge forward at the hips. Good, melting into the stretch. According to a study in the New England Journal of Medicine, what leisure activity is associated with the lowest risk of developing dementia? Melt in just a little bit more. Good. All right, we're going to stretch the other leg here. Is it reading, walking, or dancing? And deep breathing, melting into the stretch here. What's the answer here, Marilyn?
Dancing.
Oh, it certainly is. So we're going to go ahead and do a nice little slow dance move here for the cool down. Watching a 20-minute humorous video has been shown to improve short-term memory by how much? Is it 15%, 23%, or 31%? The answer here would be 23%. So incorporating humor into your life is very important. Just make sure that you don't go past that 3.5 hours of TV a day if you like to watch comedies. All right. Next one, a deep breath in. Arms over your head. Slowly exhale. The arms come down. What type of cognition was found to improve by listening to Mozart music? Is this spatial temporal reasoning, essentially how good you are with directions? Would it be long-term memory or short-term memory? The answer here would be spatial temporal reasoning. So if you're like me and not that great with directions, try to listen to some Mozart music and see if it helps you out. All right, next up we got our hip movements here. So it's gonna hike one hip up, good. We're gonna bring the other hip up, lovely. The singing has been shown to help release a hormone that reduces stress and promotes feelings of connectedness. What is the name of this hormone? Is it estrogen, oxytocin, or dopamine? Bringing that hip up there, wonderful. What's the answer here, Marilyn?
Oxytocin.
That's absolutely right. And since singing is such a wonderful thing to do for your overall health, we invite you to sing a song with us right now. We're going to have the lyrics on screen for you, and it goes something like this.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Crying all the time.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Crying all the time.
Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit. You ain't no friend of mine.
All right. Well, congratulations, everybody. Just did something wonderful for our bodies and for our brains. We're going to go ahead and take a moment here to honor our participant of the month. This right here is Delphine from American House in Sterling Heights. She's a very fun, loving soul, comes to all the fitness trivia programs, and we're just very lucky to have her as a regular at the program there. So we appreciate you, Delphine.
I did enjoy the exercise program.
Good. Glad you enjoyed. What do you like most about fitness trivia?
just everything. You know, to try and figure out what the answers are and the flowers and like that.
All right. We enjoy having you here, Delphine. We appreciate you. Now, if you'd like even more brain health programs at your community, reach out to me, Dr. Steve at wholebrainhealth.org, and we can make that happen. Also, if you have any ideas, any things you'd like us to discuss in a future program here, leave it in the comments down below. And lastly, be sure to remember that just now, we all just made our bones more dense, made our muscles stronger, boosted our immune system, and promoted a bigger, better functioning brain, all while learning new, fun, relevant information.
And having fun while doing it. So if you'd like to have more of these benefits, then join us for another game of Fitness Trivia.
Take care, everyone. Elvis is leaving the building.
Whew, it's not easy being Marilyn.
Oh, yeah, let me tell you. I didn't know how much effort it was having hair on top of your head. Oh, dear Lord.
I'm trying to take mine off here. Whew.